Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today, I'll be doing my final video on Sonic Adventure 2. And on today's subject is pretty much reviewing the entire game. Is it as great as it says it was back then? Or has it aged poorly as time went on? I think it's gone better with age. Alright, starting off with the positives. The story has got to be one of the most iconic. I mean, the whole premise of Shadow getting revenge on the world for the death of his best friend Maria and the execution of his creator, and using the Eclipse Cannon to destroy the Earth as revenge. Honestly, that has gotta be one of the best villain motivations for a character ever. And of course, Sonic and his two friends trying to stop this plan and save the world as per usual. But there's a lot of stakes up here, because while you're rooting for the heroes to win, you're also sympathetically siding with Shadow as the villain. Now yes, Eggman is the typical taking over the world type of person, but he teams up with Shadow to try and get the same result, using the Eclipse Cannon to threaten the Earth if they don't bow to his will. And as for Rouge, she has her own little side project. She's kind of a double agent. She backstabs the heroes while she also backstabs the villains. She's kind of an interesting character. Honestly, the story as it builds up is amazing, both from the hero's perspective and the villain's perspective. As the villains, your goal is to pretty much take over the world. But as the heroes, your goal is to save the world. And you can pretty much choose which one you want to go for. Be the hero or the villain. And honestly, the final story that connects the two of them is fantastic. As you decide, is the world worth saving or not? And that feels honestly fantastic. It's a great story, and honestly it's among one of the best in some of the Sonic games. It's up there with Sonic 06, which has a pretty good story in there for a terribly made game. Sonic and the Black Knight has a really cool twist, which I'm not going to be spoiling here. Go play that game if you want to know. Sonic Generations being paying homage to the original series while also establishing its own story. And Sonic Colors being honestly one of my favorite games of all time. Has a pretty simple story. What also... Okay, I'm getting a bit off topic here, but you get my point. It's 6 playable characters are also memorable. Sonic being as classic and sassy as always. Knuckles being acting professionally and trying to save the pieces of the Master Emerald so he can continue on with his guardianship over the Emerald. Tails being a loyal friend to Sonic and trying to help him in any way he can, while also doing his own little side plot. Rouge has two different story arcs. One being a spy for the president, while also trying to uncover Eggman's plans to take over the world, and finding out what Project Shadow is, while also trying to screw with Knuckles and finding the Emerald Shards herself. Because, you know, treasure hunter. Eggman, being his usual standard take over the world type of guy, will do anything to try and achieve that goal. Even if it means being as clever and diabolical as he is. But the best one out of them all has got to be Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh my god, the lore on this character is brain busting. My god. See how this is his actual first appearance in the Sonic series? He has honestly an awesome intro. From the way he introduces himself, from the way he looks, And the way he kicks butt in pretty much anything he does in the game. And pretty much afterwards. For those who don't know, he originally was supposed to be a recurring character. This was supposed to be his one and only appearance. And the ending scene, which I'm going to be spoiling in a bit, was supposed to be his one and only time. But the fanbase for this character has gone so off the rails that the developers decided, why not bring this character back? And they did so in Sonic Heroes 2 years later, and in some other games. But overall, Shadow as a character is very complex, and I love him for it. Jason Griffith does a fantastic job voicing him. I will get into the voice acting a little bit, but honestly, it's very, very well done. He conveys the voicing to an awesomely. And while the other ones are fine, some of them aren't as memorable, I just hope that Keanu Reeves does the character justice with a powerful, awesome voice. Yes, I've seen the trailers and some clips that he looks like he conveys the voice of Shadow, and I cannot wait to see what potential he brings to Shadow's character in the third movie. Oh my god, this has gotta be good. Okay. The three separate gameplay are a bit mixed, but the speed levels are honestly my favorite. I mean, it gives you a great sense of speed, it makes you speed past the levels with beautifully accuracy, and it's just fantastic. And honestly, Shadow's speed has got to be up one of my favorites. White Jungle and of course Radical Highway. Honestly, they're fantastic. Sonic's is also pretty good. I mean, City Escape and Metal Harbor, anyone? Honestly, they give what the Sonic fans want. Accurate speed levels that make you feel like giving you a great adrenaline rush. And the speed levels here are great. The music is iconic. I mean, can you honestly name one song from this game that you've heard of? Supporting Me? Awesome. Pumpkin Hill? Amazing. White Jungle? Awesome. Live and Learn? How could you not talk about this game and not talk about Live and Learn? Oh my god. Live and Learn is awesome. Please give this. Hopefully this appears in the movie. Please give me Live and Learn. Honestly, the music here is some of the most memorable in the series. And it's honestly Crush 40 kicking it up a notch and being their best. The final story, which I did mention briefly, is honestly some of the best in the game as well. I mean, it connects both the villain and the hero stories converge into one, and wondering if the world is worth saving. And Shadow's redemption arc is honestly some of the best. He is reminded in his past what Maria said before her death. Please make everybody happy. The people need you. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. Honestly, that is gonna be the best one of the best redemption arcs for a character I've ever seen. Honestly, it is fantastic. And honestly, the final battle between for the final hazard against Super Sonic and Shadow is awesome. Live and Learn is amazing. The fight is great, but go watch my ranking bosses levels from last night and tell me if you think Final Hazard deserves to be on that list. Honestly, the final act itself is great. Now, I did say that Shadow was supposed to be a one-off character, and his death here was the original idea. And honestly, him falling down to Earth and remembering what Maria's last words say is honestly a beautiful send-up. Which is actually followed up great in both Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog in their last stories. But honestly, the final act is fantastic. And honestly, the music during the end credits is beautifully done, as they realize Shadow is gone and they have to move on without him. Honestly, it's just beautiful. And especially at the last shot at the end of the game, with Shadow in front of the earth, crossing his arms, and looking on. Shadow the Hedgehog will always live in our hearts. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. And that's the positive stuff. Moving on to the mixed stuff. Some of the gameplay isn't great. While I gave praise to the speed levels being awesome, the other two aren't great. But the treasure hunting levels are fine if they're given a lot more, well, fun. Now, at the start, it is fine enough. It gives us pretty much what you're gonna expect. That stuff is great. But as it goes on, it becomes less fun and it ain't great. Particularly levels like Mad Space and... No, that's it. Mad Space just sucks. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks! Okay. The mech levels also aren't great. Eggman's is fine, Tails is just awful. Particularly Eternal Engine and Prison Lane. Honestly, what is your deal? You're giving him some of the most horribly controlled, annoyingly placed levels. It is just awful. Just awful. Ugh. Now, some of the gameplay is okay. I'll give it a little leeway. The voice acting, minus Jason Griffith as Shadow, is okay. I mean, Jason Griffith, who also voices Sonic in this game, is fine enough. Not sure who voices Eggman, Rouge, and Knuckles, but they're fine enough. Tails is okay. Well, in Sonic Adventure, it is, can be painfully, annoying at times. Even in Sonic Heroes, it is painfully awful. Colleen O'Shannessy, who voices the character later on in the game, and particularly in Sonic 2 and 3, by the way. The one in Sonic Adventure 2 is passable enough. I mean, for one, he does sound like an 8-year-old fox. That is fine enough. Yeah, the voice acting is passable. Minus Jason Griffith as Shadow. You're awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot about Amy. She's fine. Actually, I'll talk more about her negatives here. Now on to the negatives. I'll start off with Amy. Her inclusion in this game is... why? I mean, she's not even a playable character. What is the purpose? She's either there to be captured, rescued, or just to be there for Shadow to redeem her. Honestly, her only good scene... Okay, there are two moments where she does play a part. One, she breaks Sonic out of prison. I will get to that inclusion later. And the other time is where she tries to get Shadow to try and help the others. Those are only two good moments. But the rest of it, it's either her getting captured or needs rescuing. Honestly, that is just dumb. The go-karting levels in this game, okay, there are two, but they're just awful. Go watch my level rankings in, well, the overall, the Rouge, and the Tails. Pretty much anything that mentions Route 101 or Route 280 just sucks. They are slow, they are boring, and it's just... why? Okay, yeah, Tails' go-karting level actually serves a purpose. Rouge's? Can't she just fly? She can fly! Why does she need to drive? Honestly, that's just so dumb. Oh yeah, there's also the whole Sonic is confused for Shadow bit. Are you guys colorblind? No. Being colorblind is not an excuse. Shadow looks completely different from Sonic. Honestly, the whole them getting mixed up is so dumb. Is it because of the hedgehogs? No, I hate that bit. Sonic going wrongfully to prison for crimes he didn't commit, or because he looks like Shadow. No, he does not. What is wrong with you people? Honestly, when I saw the trailer for Sonic 3, I thought they're gonna include this crap in the movie, aren't they? But when I saw they didn't, I'm like, oh, thank God. And they better not follow up that crap in the movie. If they do the whole Sonic is maintaining the shadow crap, I'm gonna lower the movie ranked for how dumber it gets. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but please don't include the whole Sonic is mistaken for shadow crap. Please don't. That is stupid, annoying, and juvenile, and it's just damn stupid! But what do I think of the game overall? I think it's gotta be one of the most best Sonic games out there. For a game from 2001, it looks pretty damn good for its time. Honestly, I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's just a great game overall. If you can look over its nitpicks a little bit, go my mixed and the negatives, but overall, I love this game. I love playing it again and again. And given that we're gonna get the third Sonic movie in theaters next month on December 26th on Boxing Day, I cannot wait how the movie is going to adapt this game. And I hope it lives up to the hype. I mean, we've been waiting 2 years for this movie. It better live up to the hype. Please give us a good movie, please. So that's my entire review of Sonic Adventure 2. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me. It has been absolutely hectic. For the good, talking about the videos. The bad, trying to upload them. Yeah, last couple of days, it's been hell trying to upload these videos. Where I'm filming sometimes can, the upload decides to not upload, and sometimes if I'm in a different place where I'm uploading, it can either just be meh. But overall, it's fine enough. So thank you guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and please give me much more love. Tomorrow, I'll be back on the H2O train with Season 3, Episode 2, Jungle Hunt. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.